Welcome top news today.
Contributing editor-at-large Tess Lawrence has managed to get a copy of Donald Trump's cognitive exam questions. Take the Trump test, people. It is now irrefutable that Donald J. Trump is a giant among men. Not only is the President of the United States a man of great physical stature, but such is his formidable intellect that he will go down in history as unmatched not only by those who went before him but by any presidents who come over him. On the first anniversary of his presidency, unrivaled in the joyous attendance of more than 70 million grateful people at his inauguration, he has restored dignity and a gravitas to the White House and the Oval Office that has sadly been lacking for several hundred years. No U.S. president more loved and lauded than Trump. No American president has been more loved, lauded, or made Americans more proud and respected throughout the world. The bearer of an American passport has a passport to the world. President Trump is internationally exalted as a textbook leader. He is a beacon of peace. He makes friends of enemies and friends of enemies and enemies. There is no end to his reaching out. Where once there was war, there is now peace. Where once there was friction, there is now détente. White House physician Dr. Ronnie Jackson shares a recap of President Trump's physical results. https://t.co9hexamsnlpic.twitter.com OY6XL7NEC Saturday Night Live SNL at NBC SNL January 21, 2018 Trump's America, like Oz, teaches benevolence to indigenous, how to use toilets and say the prayers. He has taught us that the USA is a nation built by immigrants from all 5 corners of the globe and which, like Australia, has been kind and benevolent to its indigenous peoples, teaching them how to use toilets and say the prayers. By word and example, he has championed human and equal rights for all, even for black and brown people. Trump never shows prejudice against slave descendants and other such undomesticated humans. No prejudice has ever been shown by him to those who were descended from African slaves and other such undomesticated humans. His early morning tweets are awaited with bated breath throughout the world. Every dawn brings enlightenment from this man. Trump's tweets seen as religious tracts, like a wise Buddha or Lama, they are lessons by which to live daily life, like a wise Buddha, a Lama, or an ancient holy man. His tweets are seen as religious tracts and verses to be collected, cherished and shared. Trump generous to a fault, like UK PM Gladstone. He gives money to fallen women. He is generous to a fault and is renowned, like England's great former Prime Minister William Ewart Gladstone, for rescuing fallen women, generously paying out sums of money to help them through the stormy seas of life. Trump presidency and admin regarded as world's best practice role model for Philippines, Turkey and Australia. Even this early in his presidency, Trump and his administration are regarded as the world's best practice of good government and efficient governance. The standard of professionalism cannot be faulted, and they have become role models for the likes of the Philippines, Turkey and Australia. Much has been made of the physical and cognitive tests applied to President Trump. Physically, he is a master of the universe now at his peak. Trump's cognitive powers envied by Macron and Putin. His cognitive powers are such that they are coveted and envied by international peers like France's President Emmanuel Macron and, of course, longtime admirer and mentor, Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Never has this been more obvious than in the grueling 8th-hour cognitive test undertaken by President Trump mere days ago. Like any exam taker, he was banned from taking in books that might assist him in answering any questions. However, as president, he was permitted to take in his smartphone because of his current dispute with North Korea's supreme leader, Little Rocket Man, Kim Jong-un, over who has the biggest nuclear bomb button. Trump is undeniably the bigger rocket man with the biggest button. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger, more powerful one than his, and my button works. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump January 3, 2018 Trump allowed to take a 1990 copy of Playboy into cognitive exam for FOUR break between morning and ARVO sessions. Also hotline to nearest Macca's to White House. He was also allowed to take in videos of his famous reality TV show, The Apprentice, as well as a copy of his book, The Art of the Deal, and a 1990 copy of Playboy for relaxation in the 4-hour break between morning and afternoon sessions of the test. President Trump was also allowed the famous American endless cup of coffee and Coke, as well as his presidential hotline to the nearest McDonald's to the White House at 750 17th Street, Northwest. Fake news media outlets have published fake questions of the test, portraying them as so easy that a child could effortlessly answer them. But the real questions put to Trump were complex, containing trick questions designed to subtly analyze the president's problem-solving capacity. But just to disprove the notion that a 4-year-old could answer the questions, we approached one of our local kindies and invited a cross-section of our multicultural little ones to sit the test below. All failed, even though the test was in Swahili and Sudanese. Say no more. The real questions in Trump's cognitive exam. We challenged our readers to attempt to answer them and would appreciate any feedback on how you went. We will rely on your innate honesty. No cheating please. So no Mr. Google. No Ms. Google either. Barry Jones is not permitted to take up the challenge. Nor is Dr. Carl, or Kevin Andrews, or Malcolm Roberts the ex-senator and dual nationality denier, or Brian Cox. Try the test. See if you're fit to be POTUS. Donald J. Trump cognitive test questions. Please note you have 8 hours in which to answer these questions. In what American city is the White House? What is the name of the First Lady of the United States of America? What is Steve Bannon's first name? Who was the Democratic Party's candidate for the 2015 presidential election? What is the name of the Prime Minister of Australia? Name the 3 merry wives of the President of the United States. What is Steve Bannon's surname? What is the name of the Trump resort known as the Summer White House? Which President of the United States, pre-election, boasted of grabbing women by the pussy? Do Black Lives Matter? Who does the current President of the United States call Little Rocket Man? How many eyes does a banana have? During what time of the year is it traditional for the President of the United States to pardon a White House turkey? Where is New York's Trump Tower situated? Does a banana suckle its young? What is the name of the Vice President of the United States? What is the main flower grown in the White House rose garden? What is Vladimir Putin's first name? What is the name of the Twin Towers into which terrorist manned planes crashed in 2001? What is the name of a famous reality TV show that starred current President Donald J. Trump? Which American president described himself as a stable genius? What do the initials POTUS stand for? What do the initials FLOTUS stand for? What do the initials USA stand for? What is the Scottish name of the iconic fast food chain so beloved by the current President of the United States? What are the names of the children of the current President of the United States? What is the stage name of the adult movie star and director who allegedly had an affair with the current President of the United States and who received $130,000 as hush money? What was the name of the black President of the United States before President Trump? What is the name of the author of Fire and Fury inside the Trump White House? What is the name of the daughter of the current President of the United States that he would date if she wasn't his daughter? Disclosure: Tess Lawrence failed the test, 0 out of 30. Hasn't a hope in hell of becoming president. Certainly would NT pass the physical. That this work is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution on Commercial No Derives 3.0 Australia license. It's no laughing matter. Subscribe to I for just $5.